Did you know that 2/3 of the divorces that are filed for in our country are filed for by women? I'm Michelle Weiner Davis, and I'm going to give you my explanation of why this is so. In the early years of marriage, women are primarily the ones who are making sure the relationship is on track on an emotional level. Are we spending enough time together? Are we having fun? We having deep, meaningful conversations? And if the answer to that is yes, all is right in the world. But if the answer is no, women will often turn to their husbands and in a very open-hearted way share their vulnerable position that they're missing their husbands, that they're not doing fun things together, that they're not feeling close. And if men respond in a positive way and figure out what they need to do differently to make that, to reconnect, again, everything is okay. But if they don't, then women get really angry, they pull away, they shut down, and they get very critical, not just wanting that emotional connection. Now the complaints spill over into every other area of the couple's life. The husband isn't a good father, he isn't parenting the right way, he's leaving his wet towels on the floor, he's not making enough money, he spends too much time with his buddies. And when women are irritable in this way, men feel criticized, they get defensive, and guess what? They pull away even more, which actually nails the marital coffin shut. Women begin to plan their exit strategy. Now, when a woman is thinking, I need to get out, I refer to her as a walk-away wife. This is the walk-away wife syndrome. And her plan doesn't get implemented in a matter of hours or even days. Sometimes it takes months or years. She will say to herself, I'm going to get out, but not until my youngest leaves home. I'm going to get out, but not until I get a better job so I can support myself. I'm going to get out, but I'm going to look for another guy first so that I can go from my marriage to another relationship. And during this time, while she's planning, she no longer complains to her husband about her unhappiness in the marriage. And guess what he thinks when she's not complaining? He thinks no news is good news and that everything is okay. So he continues on his merry way to working long hours, to hanging out with his buddies, to being distant and self-involved, which of course only serves as more evidence that she needs to get out of this relationship. And then D-Day comes and she turns to him and she says, I want a divorce. But because there has been no fighting, his response to her is, I had no idea you weren't happy. Why didn't you tell me? And with those words, she thinks to herself, how could you say that? How could you not know that I've been miserable in this marriage? And that's the point at which so many of these guys, their hearts are broken. They don't want divorces. They don't want to break up their families. These are the guys who reach out to therapists to get into therapy, whether their wives will come or not. They call me. I have more men contacting me to engage in therapy, to do the 2-day intensives than I have women, because they desperately want to keep their families together. These are the guys who read self-help books. These are the guys who, for the first time in a long time, go out with male buddies and talk about their relationships. These are the guys who go back to church or back to temple. They're looking for help. They don't want to end their marriage. And women see that their husbands are taking these actions, but they don't trust them, they don't believe them, and sometimes they don't even see it. Oftentimes they'll say to me, when I work with these women, I see that he's making these changes, but it's too little too late, or I don't trust it. He's just doing this to manipulate me. And as soon as I change my mind about getting a divorce, he's going to go back to the old way he has been. I understand this caution. If I were in their shoes, I would feel exactly the same way. But here's what I want to tell you. Having worked with so many couples over the 40 years that I've been doing this, these men are making profound, authentic, sincere changes. In fact, it's so reinforcing for them to be gaining this insight, to be having better relationships with their kids and other people in their lives from all the learning that they're doing, that it's so reinforcing that they are going to continue it whether they stay married or they don't stay married. I always jokingly say that these guys make great second husbands. My job, especially during the 2-day intensives, for these walkaway wives who really believe they have done absolutely everything to try to save their marriages and they have nothing left to give, is to try to find the crack in the veneer, to try to find a small speck of openness in their hearts to see the efforts their spouses are putting in to resurrect their marriages, because they truly are. And do I understand why they don't believe it? Yes. But here's the deal. If you can just buy some time and practice new skills that you learn about how to make relationships work and see if there's consistency over time, that it is possible to reconcile. It is possible to have marriage 2.0. You have to divorce that old marriage and start a new one with a partner who's now willing to do the work. So if you are a potential walkaway wife, or if you're a husband who's married to someone who has just announced that they're moving, they want you to move out, or they're moving out, or the marriage is over, please know that there is still hope. It does not have to end in divorce. I'm Michelle Weiner Davis. Follow along for more tips on how to make a relationship work. Thanks. Bye.